Hey everyone, and welcome! Are you ready to finally crack the code on those periodic table questions for your SPM chemistry paper? Well, you're in the right place. And hey, just a heads up, after we're done here, you can test out everything you've learned on hundreds of real exam questions over at www.mcqspm.com, or just by grabbing the MCQ SPM app from the Google Play Store. Let's get into it.
So you know that feeling, right? You open up the exam paper, you see a question with elements P, Q, and R, and it just feels like it's designed to make your brain twist into a knot. I hear this from students all the time. It's a super common frustration, but I promise you there's a way through it. Here's the thing, they're not actually trying to trick you. What if I told you there's a pattern, a kind of secret code hidden in all of these questions? And once you find the key, well, they suddenly become some of the easiest marks you can get on the whole paper.
And that secret key, the one big idea that makes everything else just click into place, it's all about valence electrons. Seriously, if you can get your head around this one concept, the entire topic of the periodic table just opens right up.
Okay, so what in the world are valence electrons? Well, to put it simply, they're the electrons buzzing around in the very outermost shell of an atom. You can think of them as the atom's social butterflies. They're the ones that go out and interact with other atoms. They basically decide everything, how an element behaves, what it reacts with. Their whole goal in life is to get a full, stable outer shell, just like the super chill noble gases.
And here is the absolute golden rule. You have to lock this in your brain. For the main groups, the group number tells you the number of valence electrons. It's that direct. So, group 1 elements, they have 1 valence electron. Group 2, 2 valence electrons. Group 17, you guessed it, 7 valence electrons. It's a perfect cheat code built right into the table.
Okay, take a look at this. This is your typical group 2 element. See those 2 little glowing electrons on that outer ring? To get stable, it's way easier for this atom to just give away those 2 electrons than to try and gain 6 more. So it does. It loses 2 negative electrons, which means it becomes a positive ion with a charge of 2+. Remember that. Group 1 and 2 elements are givers.
Now let's look at the flip side. Here we have a group 17 element. It's got 7 valence electrons. Oh, it is so close to having a full, stable shell of 8. So is it going to give away 7? No way. It's desperate to just grab 1 more electron to complete the set. When it gains that 1 negative electron, it becomes a negative ion with a 1- charge. These guys are the takers.
All right, so the theory is cool and all, but how does this actually help you score marks? Let's get down to business and see how this secret key works on real SPM questions. Let's start decoding some patterns. Here's a classic style of question. This one's from the 2019 paper. This is what I call a predict the formula question. They give you the group numbers and expect you to figure out the chemical formula. Don't sweat it. Just use the valence electron secret.
Let's walk through this. Element P is in group 13. Now for groups 13 through 17, you just look at the last digit to find the valence electrons. So group 13 has 3. It's a giver. It loses those 3 electrons to form a P3+ ion. Easy. Now element Q is in group 16. That means it has 6 valence electrons. It's a taker. It needs just 2 more to get to a stable 8. So it gains 2 electrons, forming a Q2- ion. Now for the fun part, the crisscross method. You just take the number from P's charge, the 3, and make it the subscript for Q. Then you take the number from Q's charge, the 2, and make it the subscript for P. And boom, you have your answer, P2Q3.
And just like that, you've unlocked the first exam pattern. See? It wasn't a trick question at all. It was just checking if you knew the secret of valence electrons. You're starting to get it, right?
Okay, let's gear up for this second big pattern. This one's all about identifying trends, like this question on atomic size from SPM 2020. This is another one that trips a lot of people up, but once again, there's a simple rule to remember.
You need to burn this image into your mind. Okay, going down a group, the atoms get bigger. That one's easy to remember. Every time you go down a row, you're adding a whole new shell of electrons, so of course the atom gets bigger. But going across a period, from left to right, this is the weird one. The atoms actually get smaller. Why? Because while you're in the same shell, you're adding more protons to the nucleus. That extra positive charge in the middle acts like a stronger magnet, pulling all the negative electrons in tighter. So, the simple rule of thumb, the biggest atoms are always down at the bottom and to the left.
So here it is, a perfect little summary for your revision. Just remember these 2 directions. When you go down a group, the atomic size gets bigger. When you go across a period, the atomic size gets smaller, because that stronger nucleus is pulling everything in. Get those 2 directions straight, and you've pretty much mastered periodic trends.
All right, we know the patterns, we know the secrets. Now let's talk about the common mistakes, the little fumbles that can cost you precious marks. Knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do.
These are the top 3 exam traps. I see them year after year. First, mixing up groups, which are the vertical columns, with periods, the horizontal rows. Second, completely forgetting who the givers and takers are. Just remember, metals on the left, like groups 1 and 2, they lose electrons. Non-metals on the right, like 16 and 17, they gain them. And finally, getting the atomic size trend backwards. Just chant it to yourself. Down gets bigger, across gets smaller. Avoid these 3, and you are well on your way.
So, you have the secret key now. You know the common traps to look out for. The only thing left to do is put these new skills to the test and make them permanent.
Look, knowing the patterns is amazing. It's half the battle won. But true confidence, the kind that lets you answer questions quickly and accurately in an exam, only comes from practice. You have to use this knowledge over and over until it becomes second nature.
So, here's your chance to level up. Pull out your phone right now and scan this QR code. It's going to take you straight to MCQSPM.com, where you can find a massive bank of past year SPM questions on this exact topic. This is where you turn what you've just learned into actual marks.
So there you have it. The code has been cracked. The secrets are yours. The only question left is, what are you going to practice first? Are you going to master predicting formulas, or are you going to tackle those atomic trend questions? The choice is yours. Go get them.